Hey everybody, it's Harvey Levin. So let us tell you where we are right now on the Prince story. We have talked to numerous sources in Moline, Illinois, where Prince's plane made the emergency landing a week ago. And we are told that the reason for that emergency landing is that Prince had OD'd on Percocet, which is a very powerful painkiller, a very powerful painkiller. And that it was so bad that he needed to get a save shot at the airport even before he was taken to the hospital. So that is the basis of it. Now, we are not saying that Percocet is what caused his death, but what the medical examiner and other authorities are doing in Minnesota right now is they're trying to piece things together. That is something that we know they're interested in. Another piece of this puzzle is that we showed you yesterday a photograph that was taken of Prince.
Hey everybody, it's Krusty Christopherson coming at you live from our studio. How's it going, folks? Well, I'm sure you noticed at the beginning of this video that Harvey Levin is wearing the 777 code right on the front of his shirt here. And this is a video they put out today, the 22nd of April 2016. And it's a day after the death of the artist formerly known as Prince. I just call him Prince. And yeah, there you go. Harvey Levin's wearing the 777 code right on his shirt here. And of course, as I've told you, 777 is the media's order out of chaos code, and they use it in all the hoaxes, staged events, and fake news stories. So thank you, Harvey Levin, for passing the code and letting us know that this is all bullshit. This whole Prince is dead at 57, and now all of a sudden they're changing the story. They're changing it from he died from the flu, earlier rumors of AIDS, and now they're saying it was a OD from drugs. They're saying possibly from Percocet, and that they're even saying he had to receive a save shot in order to revive him at the airport where he made the emergency landing last week in Illinois when he was on his way home to Minnesota. But I'm looking at this, and at first when I seen this on this guy's chest, I thought they maybe had sewn up the back of the shirt in order to get that on there. And then the other possibility I was thinking is somehow they're just they're using light, maybe something in the front here, the shining light through a stencil or something with the sevens on it, because I'm going to show you these numbers are he's gonna move around, and they're gonna kind of they're gonna move around, like because he moved, the light was disturbed. But all through this whole video you can see this on Harvey Levin here. There it is, 777, and I'll show you the part where it kind of moves when he moves around. Just pay attention to his chest and look at this.
In a Walgreens parking lot near his home hours before he died. And we are told by witnesses that he was sweating and pacing and waiting for somebody to bring a prescription out. He had been there 4 times just in the last few days. And when you start looking at that, we knew that he had hip surgery in around 2010 and had been taking painkillers before that. So when you kind of piece all of this together, it obviously...
All right, you see how he just moved there and it screwed it up somehow? So obviously they're projecting this 777 on him, probably from the front, probably through some kind of a stencil of sort with a light source, and it's appearing on him. I don't know how else they're doing it. I mean, I'm sure they have highly technical ways of doing this bullshit. But there's no point even listening to a word of what this guy says. He's wearing the bullshit code right on his chest. Let me go back and show you how that flickers there.
And had been taking painkillers before that. So when you kind of piece all of this together, it obviously leads
See how it just disappears
at least
when he moves?
A working theory that there might be...
See how it all moved? Let me go back. I'm going to stop that.
At least a working theory that
See how he moved?
There
See?
might be a painkiller issue involved in his death. But I will be quick to say there is no evidence of that right now. The coroner is doing toxicology, and that won't be ready for 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we will know what, if anything, was in his system. But I think that the information from Moline, as well as just his conduct at Walgreens, become building blocks to determine what it is that may have led to Prince's death. That's as much as we know.
So how do you know when the media is lying? Well, their lips are moving, and then they give you the code. They'll let you know when these stories are fake, and there it is, 777. Once again, and I started laughing when I saw this one.
Right now, I want to be real careful to make it clear. We're not saying Percocet caused his death, just that these are building blocks that we know authorities in Minnesota are interested in leading up to all of this.
A quick question: what can autopsy show today?
Well, the autopsy could show some kind of a coronary issue. It could show an organ issue. It could show all sorts of things. In terms of drugs, that will take 2 weeks to determine.
So they're going to drag this nonsense out as long as possible, because the longer they can talk about it, the more money they can make off of it. And they're already talking about Prince had 100 or so songs already in the vault, written and not fully produced or finalized, but you can bet he's going to release those songs. And I even heard him on the news talking in a past interview saying that when he goes, those songs, maybe someone will release them, but he's not going to do it. So they were setting you up years ago for when this happened, and it's just order out of chaos. And this guy's just reading his script and playing along with it. And I'm sure he's not so stupid to not know this guy's not dead. I mean, the fact they're projecting the code on his shirt there pretty much should let you know that these bastards are all in on it. They know all about it, and they know how the world works. And you've got a separate world running alongside. I call it the bizarro world with the real world, and they kind of mix and blend the two together, and that's how they make their money. Their most money is off of death, and if it's not death, it's sex. And just too funny. Thank you, Harvey Levin, for showing us the code.
I think when we love each other like this, then that's why we're here.
must be funny.
That felt weird. That felt really weird. Prince, of all people, showed up to claim an award. He won the award for Best Soundtrack for Purple Rain, a movie and album that came out about 30 years ago. Actually, I'm on red alert now. This is actually a very serious event. There's many layers to this. First of all, if you haven't seen my previous 2 videos on Prince, Prince is alive, and we're looking at him right now with this photo. He's in disguise. You can see actually the very shiny forehead. Looks like there's some kind of latex. Now, I'm not an expert on masks and disguises, but this wig definitely covers up a lot of the head. It's just a wig. Probably somehow they expanded this area, the neck and the lower jaw area, to make it look to make her look fatter, and prosthetic nose. And look at these big, ridiculous glasses. Very thick, huge frames covering up half the face. So this person, you can't really even, it's a disguise, this is just a disguise like you would see in some spy movie. And I'll show you the video of the speech, and you can see she's very short. Prince was 5'2". She looks to be no taller than 5'2" herself, right? This is Prince, all right? I am 100% convinced this is Prince. You may disagree with me. I may not be able to prove it to you or explain myself, but this is just Prince in disguise, okay? Faked his death for whatever reason. One of these Illuminati tranny type of things. Got this pyramid award they're winning. Now let's take a look at the speech actually first, because this is creepy, all right? Well, first of all, there's a lot of things associated with Prince and the color purple, which apparently has ties to royalty, and we've seen Clinton, both Bill and Hillary wearing purple at her concession speech of all things, and Barack Obama has been talking about Prince, and people at his, there's a little boy at his Halloween party at the White House dressed up as Prince. Barack Obama was singing Purple Rain on Halloween. There's just all kinds of weird stuff going on, and somehow Prince is tied into it in his fake Illuminati death. So right here it says, and this is very interesting, look at the wording here. He had the courage to be different with his vision and God-given talent. Now, I don't know if this is just a coincidence, but this word God is with a small g. And that ties into my theory that his talent was given to him by some kind of demonic entity, maybe a fallen angel or some kind of demon or something, And these things originally started as angels, right? So they have a lot of talent. A lot of the technology and knowledge we have as human beings come directly from them. They were brought down from the heavens before the flood. A lot of it survived, and these secret societies actually know a lot more than we do about what's going on. But we have the Bible, so we actually we win this game. And this is what she said in previous interviews. What he told me was that he wanted to be known as the world's most prolific songwriter, and with 984 titles to his credit and counting, he has done just that. So she knows exactly how many songs he's written. That's pretty precise. Supposedly she was estranged from him, and counting. So that means he's still writing more songs, and he's supposed to be dead. That's kind of weird. And look at this. Now, this is the New Age Illuminati New World Order agenda right here. With love, honor, and respect for every living thing in the universe, separation ceases. We all become one being, singing one song. One being. They're not even saying, let's unite and let's all be one nation or one species or whatever. One being. One entity. That's the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Prince dressed up like his fat sister, pretending to be dead, getting on stage, winning an award for an album he made over 30 years ago, telling us that we're going to all become one being. And it's happening at the same time as all this other weird stuff is going on too. So, the alarm bells are off for me, at least. I'm not telling you guys what to think or what to do. One being. Is this the mark of the beast kind of thing? We all become one being? Is the great deception or at least a great deception coming, the alien deception. Something big is coming. I have a feeling, and I also believe, and we're seeing just a lot of weird signs out there. You know, if you just watch my other videos and tons of other videos, people really have a sense that something is not right, don't they? It's not just me. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's really the creepiest, weirdest thing. Horrible acting job by Prince, pretending to be his sister. Is overacting is what he's doing, and it's just absolutely pathetic is what it is. And I've basically lost all respect for Prince as a human being. Sorry to say, Prince, if you're listening to this, you're on the losing side, man. You're going to lose. Whatever it is you guys are planning and trying to do, you're trying to kill God and take over the world and become gods in this world, right? And this will be you'll have some kind of eternal life, and you'll be gods on this world. It's just not going to work out for you. Run so far, being Prince and all that, you know, but your best days are behind you. Now you're living as a fat woman. You're lying to us on stage. You're lying to all your fans, all these people who gave you all this money over the years, over the last 30 years or so, and you just lie to them. And you think they're stupid. Well, we're waking up. We're on to you, man. Your deception is horrible. It's a horrible deception. Look at your face. I mean, you're in a disguise. It's obvious. Come on, try a little harder to deceive us. You can't deceive us like you used to. All right, we're on to you, man. Whatever your little purple rain kind of agenda is going on, you know, we're ready for it, man. Bring it on, bitch.
This is the third time Purple Rain has won an American Music Award. The first two times were in 1985, and I'm accepting on behalf of Prince. And Purple Rain is Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson.
Prince defied the odds. A black teen from Minneapolis with a goal to electrify the world. He had the courage to be different. With his vision and God-given talent, he is still one of the world's most respected and loved artists. But what he told me was that he wanted to be known as the world's most prolific songwriter. And with 984 titles to his credit and counting, he has done just that. In the words of Prince, with love, honor, and respect for every living thing in the universe, separation ceases, and we all become one being singing one song. On behalf of Prince, our wonderful friend, teacher, and brother, I humbly accept this award. And me, my brother Omar, my brother Alfred, my sister Sharon, my sister Noreen, and my brother John will keep this for you at Paisley Park. Until we see you again, this is for you.
You guys must be funny.
That felt weird. That felt really weird. Not gonna
at his Paisley Park complex. Then he says, look at this, wait a few days before you waste any prayers, he tells fans. Come on, man. He knew supposedly just hanging out alone. You think he's really going to use a service elevator? Even if he did, it would take like, what, 10 seconds to go up range from your brother Prince and you want to be a recording artist, and he just happens to live in a recording studio. He's been preparing his fake death for 2 years. Right here. Just listen to what Tyka Nelson says. If you don't believe a word I say, listen to Tyka Nelson, who was Prince, saying she knew his death was coming. Did you know Prince was going to die in April of 2016? No, nobody knew. He was the last guy anybody expected to die. He was healthy. He was on tour. He was kicking ass. And she's been preparing for 2 years for his death. Really. And he didn't have a will? Well, he doesn't need a will because he's Prince, because he's not dead. They're estranged. They don't even have a relationship, supposedly. But she knew his death was coming? That's pretty intimate details. Nobody knew his death was coming because he didn't die. Tyka Nelson told E.T. she expected it. It wasn't hard at all, Nelson said about coming to grips with Prince's death. It wasn't hard, right? Because he didn't die. Because she's alive as a woman. She's happy now. I have a home studio. It's very small, very inexpensive. Paisley Park would be a very large operation, very high expenses just to keep going. And, the music industry isn't what it used to be. He probably wanted to shut it down anyway. Now it can be a museum, and he can release 2,000 unreleased songs for the next few decades and, make a living. So Prince sang in this kind of falsetto voice, and he even credited those songs to Camille, his alter ego that lived inside of him, that he talked about openly on Oprah and all these talk shows. And he claims to have been visited by an angel when he was 5 that cured him of his epilepsy. So he was basically possessed by some kind of androgynous spirit, which possibly gave him his talent. So all these songs are him singing as a female, as Camille, who he believed he really was. Now, he doesn't call himself Camille now. He calls himself Tyka. Now he's living like a woman, which apparently that's who he believes he is.
When your brother passed away, what was that like for you?
It wasn't hard at all. It was a 2-second phone call. He's gone.
It's been 6 months
Yes.
Since Prince's passing.
Right.
How are you and your family doing?
I was closest to him, so I think I'm taking it the hardest. It wasn't hard at all. So I think I'm taking it the hardest. It wasn't hard at all. So I think I'm taking it the hardest. It wasn't hard at all. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming. In the beginning, it was maybe 90% he's not gone and 10% maybe, and now it's finally flipping. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming.
How difficult was it getting this ready in a fairly short period of time, to be this living museum?
Actually, it wasn't difficult at all because Prince had already pre-planned a lot of things. Prince had already pre-planned a lot of things. This way, you're almost face to face with him.
I will always live in Minneapolis.
You will always live here? Mm-hmm. Why?
It's so cold, it keeps the bad people out.
It kind of breaks my heart because there's so many people that are hurting. So I guess I would say, give it, another 1.5 years and maybe you'll be where I'm at. And so I'm so sorry. I don't miss anything. To me, he's still with me.
Walking around in here, it feels like your brother is still here.
He's still here. And that's what's so wonderful about it, is that it's authentically him. To me, he's still with me. He's still here. And that's what's so wonderful about it, is that it's authentically him.